Hi there, I'm glad you could join me today. This is Becky, and I am hoping to inspire you to integrate technology into your classroom. Today's lesson will be about the very easy application named Wordle. What is a Wordle? Well, this is a Wordle. It is basically a word cloud that you can design for yourself. This word cloud is showing text from the printed material that I am hovering over here about the Lego robot competition. The most frequently used words are larger than the other words, and you have your choice of different colors and fonts and such. I want to explain that this demonstration is located on a blog currently, and as part of the demonstration, I have the sample Wordle. I also have ideas about technology integration. Perhaps for K through 8, the strand, substrand, and standard that might be effectively used for this application, and then some other ideas for K through 12 and 9 through 12. Also, with any good tutorial, you will want printed instructions, and I have a link to that here, and then the link to the YouTube video, which you are now watching. Also, in the documentation, I will have notes. This note is regarding a teacher who is concerned about class content, and also I will have any technological notes as well. So let's get started to learn how to use Wordle. I'm going to click on the Wordle image, which is a link to the Wordle application. So www.wordle.net. At this point, what I want to do here is create my own Wordle. So I can choose Create here, or I can choose Create here, whichever one I choose. Please note that this is a Java-based application, and if you don't get to this screen, you may have to update your Java program in your computer. Okay, so this step is asking for what you want to have in your Wordle. You can paste in text, you can enter a URL, or you could just copy and paste text into this box. So what I'm going to do is go back to my window, and I'm going to copy. I'm going to select these words on a PC, right mouse click for copy, go back to Wordle by changing tabs, put my cursor in this box, right mouse click and paste. And now you see that I have my text. As I said, you don't have to copy and paste. You could type things in at the front of the classroom and have this as a class activity. After you have the text content, what you want to do is push the button Go. And Wordle will create a word cloud for you. As you see, there's my Java that's being enabled. Yes, I want to run this application. Okay, well that's what the default came for my Wordle. Well, at this point you can do many different things. Basically, you have a lot of different fonts to choose from. So if I just go ahead on the menu, click Font, I can choose different fonts to my liking. And there are a lot of fun different fonts that would be great to use for your classroom. I can also change layout options. This one, there's a horizontal layout option. There are a mix of horizontal and vertical, and this of course is whatever would fit what you're trying to do with the word cloud. You can also change colors. There are specific color palettes that are default. With default means that they are readily available. You don't have to do anything. I'm just going through here clicking on color and choosing different color palettes. Also, you can create your own custom palette, meaning that you can change colors to what you would want to use for whatever application you had in mind. So with the Wordle, there are a lot of different things that you can do. But basically this is it. The problem with Wordle and the question that I most get asked is, okay, so I created my Wordle and I like it, but now how do I use it? How do I save it so I can use it in a document or put it on a web page or print it out? Well, there are print buttons at the bottom here, and you can also save it to a public gallery. But what you really need to know how to do here is capture this image so you can save it into an image format, meaning like a JPEG or a GIF or even a BMP. So I want to show you how to do that, and that's the second step in this tutorial. I am using a PC, and what I'm going to do is capture the screen image onto my computer's random access memory. Basically, all that is saying is that I am going to make a copy of it and the computer is going to remember it, and then I'm going to paste it into the Paint program so I can save it. So how do I do that? Well, on my PC, I have to click FN for function, Alt, ALT, and End, END, and I just clicked those three keys, but nothing happened. Well, that's because something did happen, but you just didn't see it. So I have successfully at this point saved this image into the computer's memory. My next step then is to go into a photo editing software. I'm going to use Paint because everybody has Paint on their computers. And at this point, I'm in Paint and I can just simply paste my image. So even though it didn't look like anything happened, something was indeed there. Now, as you can see, it captured the entire screen image. I don't want the entire screen image with my menu bars and such. I want just the Wordle. So in Paint or another snipping tool, you could use crop, and that's this button up here on the top, push crop, and then when you move your cursor over into the image, you can actually get the crosshairs and crop it in any way that you want. So I'm just drawing a rectangle around the Wordle image so I can have just that image and not all of the other things that are above and below it. So I've chosen my area, I've selected it with the cropping tool, and now I'm going to push crop again. And as you can see, I now have just my Wordle. At this point, you can save it on the menu bar, click Save As, and here are the options. You can save it as a PNG, JPEG, BMP, GIF, or other. JPEG would be just fine. And it's going to say, well, where do you want to save it? I'll save it on my desktop, and I'll call it Sample Wordle, and click Save. Also, with Paint or with another image editing software, you can resize. For instance, if I wanted to make this a lot bigger, I could resize it to 200%, which is kind of interesting. Or I could also make it a lot smaller. I'm going to just put it on 25%. So basically that's how you save it as an image. And now I'm not going to save it again because I've saved the original. So I'll just click Don't Save here. And now if I go to my desktop, I will see that there's my sample Wordle image in a JPEG format. So it's just as easy as that. Back to the tutorial. As I mentioned, you can use this for many different things. Teaching your students basic keyboarding, using internet, knowing how to use a menu on the Wordle. You could use it for vocabulary words, as a collaboration tool. And in the upper grades, you can use it as the file saving lesson, or perhaps using the image in a document, like a Microsoft Word document, or actually even in a web page if that's what you chose to do. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope that Wordle is something that would be fun and that you could easily incorporate into your classroom. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. And I thank you for your interest, and I hope that you are inspired to integrate technology into your classes. Thank you, and have a great day.